Hello, my name is Graytel Hawley. Welcome to my applied assignment, Module 7, final presentation. Here I have the table of contents of everything that we will be reviewing today, including the pre-work, research, new learning, and continued inquiries. The topic I chose is the inclusion of elderly people with disabilities living in a retirement community. The reason being is that the elderly disabled community is a group that is often forgotten. However, it is a community that we will all be a part of one day. I wanted to learn more of the aspects of inclusion that happen within the disabled retirement community and how healthcare workers create a space of inclusion and care for them. The person I chose to interview is Clary Williams, who is also my mother. She is a resident director at Lennon Ridge Sugarland Assisted Living and Memory Care Facility. Reason being is she is knowledgeable and experienced working with the elderly disabled community. She has been a certified nursing assistant for 15 years, a medication technician for 4 years, nursing home activity coordinator for 3 years, and currently has a new role as a life enrichment memory care senior director. The background knowledge I have in the topic is that elderly people are often forgotten by family members and rely heavily on the support of their caregivers, especially those who have disabilities. The day-to-day experiences and activities provided by healthcare workers help those in the community to navigate their disabilities and create a safe, exciting, and inclusive environment for them to thrive. Course materials. Barriers to independent living for individuals with disabilities and seniors. In this article, it gives a better insight on the barriers to independent living for seniors with disabilities versus living in a retirement home. The National Nursing Home Survey presented long-term care options for functionality dependent elderly individuals and how their disabilities may impact their housing options. My research. In my research, I found the article, The Challenge of Inclusion for Older People with Impairments, Insights from a Stigma-Based Analysis. This article expanded upon the challenges of older people living with impairments and disabilities and how they are impacted. The intersection of disability and aging present obstacles and discomfort for older people keen to access opportunities for social participation. The next article I found in my research was Assisted Living for Seniors with Disabilities. I read in this article that assisted living can provide a less restrictive housing option for disabled seniors. Individuals can live as a part of a community, which can help to increase social bonds and life enjoyment. In the interview that I conducted with Clary Williams, it was extremely thought-provoking. I honestly didn't expect for the experience to be so beautiful, being a caregiver to elderly disabled people. I was always under the impression that it was a difficult job with lots of ups and downs. However, in speaking with Clary, she really highlighted how happy and full the lives of the elderly disabled people can be within the retirement community, and how impactful caregivers are towards them. I gained a whole new perspective on how any of us can one day have a disability. And it's important to care for people with disabilities the way that one day we would want to be cared for. The final days in retirement for disabled individuals are just as full of a life as any, and they have such beautiful stories to tell, each with special meanings. Clary did a great job giving me a well-rounded perspective from a caregiver's point of view and really told me a lot about how fulfilling her job really is. If you'd like to read more about the interview questions and answers that I did with Clary Williams, please click the link here at the bottom left-hand corner. New learning. The new learning that I engaged with in inclusion is that engaging the residents helps to bring them joy and keep them engaged, keeping them fulfilled and full of activity. These mentally stimulating activities help to prolong their life and improve their mental health. They create a community of inclusion for seniors living with disabilities.
think we forget that many people in nursing homes are lonely, that they need interactive things to do. But just sitting and listening does not help get rid of the loneliness, and it does not improve the quality of life for the resident. What is important in nursing homes is that the activities are meaningful, that they are helpful to keep the person's mind active or make their body stronger.
All of the activities that we do here make a difference in our residents' lives. They make a difference in our lives. They get joy out of it. They get accomplishment. They meet new people. They make friends, lifelong friends.
The amount of work it takes to do fun things is much less than the amount of work it takes to do something that you don't enjoy doing. This is a win-win situation for the residents and the staff.
Every department benefits from all of the activities that we do here.
Positive activities improve your quality of life. Dancing with the Stars is an incredible way to interact the residents with the staff, and we all know that Dancing with the Stars is important and watched by older people. It's great for the residents. So bingo has been a fun thing for older and younger people to do for a long time. By adding an activity, you increase oxygen in the brain, so you improve their thought process, you improve their muscle strength, and they have more fun. If you live somewhere on a farm, as many of our older people did when they were growing up, you have animals around. People relate to animals very well, and they're a way to help you when you're not feeling as happy as you may do on other days. Horticulture therapy is an important piece of everybody's life because most of us look after our garden through most of our life. Horticulture therapy gives us a chance when we are separated from our home to actually continue to deal with plants. Snoozolin is a form of therapy for people who are having a bad day and are getting anxious or agitated. Putting them in a snoozolin room has been shown to decrease a problematic behavior, and at NHC we've shown that doing this regularly decreases some of these difficult behaviors over a long period of time. We are moving into a new world that is technology-driven. Some years ago, we showed with the robotic dog Aibo that people with dementia actually preferred the robotic dog to a real dog as a companion. The Hasbro cats are incredibly good robotic cats. They are a robotic animal that allow older people to become very familiar with a pet without the problems of the pet misbehaving. Cognitive stimulation therapy has been shown to actually improve the quality of memory in people with moderate Alzheimer's disease. We have data that shows after a year, people with moderate Alzheimer's disease are actually better at the end of the year than they were at the beginning of the year. This is a major breakthrough in looking after Alzheimer's disease, and it works better than any drug we have available.
When we come through the doors, we're here to make it special for our residents.
I hope people seeing this will recognize that there are enormous things that are very easy to do that can make a huge difference to the wonderful quality of life that our friends living in long-term care are entitled to. I find all of these things absolutely joyous to behold and to be around and to be involved in. I mean, this is what life is about, having fun.
The new learning that I have found of equity is that healthcare workers in assisted living housing specialize in a centered type of care. Everyone's needs are different, and for that reason, they must adapt their care and cater to them depending on their needs. There are two categories of needs, which are high functioning and middle functioning. Caregivers tailor activities to accommodate high functioning and middle functioning, respectively, and adjust activities varying on different disability and needs. By doing so, they can ensure that everyone, regardless of ability, feels included within the community.
It keeps them up. It keeps my imagination of living.
But they're always the wrong colour.
Yeah.
But that's
I like it.
I like things different. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's good to be different though, isn't it?
Oh yeah, and I'm different. It helps promote well-being. So just being able to have a chat with somebody, hold somebody's hand. Meaningful activities include things as well as brushing your teeth, doing your hair, having your nails done. So everything that we do is around what that person's individual interests, likes and dislikes are. And by doing that, then we can promote and direct activities accordingly. If you're at home with somebody living with dementia, calling in, having an opportunity, taking the time to sit side by side with somebody, to have a chat about how their day is, living in the moment with that person, not trying to correct them, not trying to put things right, not trying to argue or to justify their thoughts, their feelings and their conversation, but to simply be with them, to create happy, meaningful opportunities. About promoting the right environment, culture and resources to be able to facilitate this. And the benefits are, speaks for themselves. Patients say, will you come back and see me? I really enjoyed that activity day. Thank you for spending the time with me. And that's the positive experience that we're looking for.
The new learning and access is the Americans with Disabilities Act required better housing options for those with disabilities. The law set out a requirement for equal housing opportunities for disabled Americans. Since its creation, housing options for people with disabilities have improved significantly.
Housing options for seniors and the disabled. City leaders today cut the ribbon for the grand opening of Parkside at Tarkington. The $15 million development has 60 affordable housing units. The mixed-use development also has 8,000 square feet of commercial space. It took 9 years to convert a former office building. The first residents are already enjoying their new living space.
The city has been a proud partner in this project that brings a total of 60 units of affordable housing to Indy's older adults.
The city invested $6 million in the project.
Now, what I do want to know, the main question I have is, what are the main things to consider when looking for a senior living community for someone with a disability? The way I will find this out, I will continue to research on accessibility, services, healthcare, family support, and transportation for assisted living, so that when I'm elderly, I understand my options for living in an assisted living community. Questions for my peers. Have you considered where you will live and who will take care of you when you are elderly? Although you may not have one now, have you considered that one day you could have a disability due to old age? Does this make you view the elderly community differently? Thank you so much for everyone for listening to my presentation. I just wanted to share some pictures of my mother, Clary Williams, here with her residents.